poor lady, she has no idea that she's even on my vision board, and I'm be staring at her for an entire year. Just a random girl that I found on the internet. It's not creepy at all, right? Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little crazy, but I'm just going to dive right in. I changed my hair. What do you think? I'm so happy that you are tuning in and watching my videos. I am so excited about this week. We are actually going to be talking about vision boards. And I know, vision boards. It's who makes vision boards anymore? Well, I did. I made a vision board. I did it with my friends. And I think that we need to give vision boards a little bit more credit. If you have not watched my videos up until this point, my name is Ricky, and I'm going to be kind of sharing with you guys how to build a vision board, the importance of a vision board, and why they even exist and why they have so much importance. I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that you should consider before making your vision board. Whenever I think about vision boards, I kind of think about how it used to be whenever you'd sit down with your magazines and you'd just rip stuff out and then you just stick them on a piece of paper or stick them on a poster board and throw them up somewhere and just look at it every single day because it was cool looking and not really take into account the power behind a vision board. Now, I was very skeptical to even do a vision board because of that. I didn't want to put things on there that were not obtainable. A vision board to me, I've been through this with you guys already. I've already talked to you about what this year looks like for me. Accountability, follow through, facing my fears, living outside of my comfort zone, doing all those type of things. Well, I wanted to have something up in my house that I could look at every single day and be reminded of the goals and the promises that I'm trying to keep to myself this year. Not a lot of us really know what to put into a vision board. Not a lot of us even understand the power behind a vision board and how it keeps us accountable and it keeps us motivated and it keeps us wanting more out of our life. I'm gonna share with you my vision board that I made about 2 weeks ago, the power behind it for me personally, and how you can incorporate all the things into your own 2020 vision board. We are only in February. Well, February is almost over, but we're still in the beginning of the year, so you still have a lot of time to be able to make your own vision board. So I really motivate you guys to take into account the 5 things that I'm going to go over before making your vision board, and let's get started. Number 1 is to reflect on your past wins and learnings. So when you think about your previous year, whenever you just think about the last few months, what are some things that you did well? What were some wins that you had in your life? What is some stuff that you learned? Maybe potentially stuff that you wish that you would have done differently. What have you done well? What are you proud of? What are you looking forward to? What will you do differently next time? And what did you learn from that event? Ask yourself these questions, write them down on a piece of paper, and just reflect. I think that is extremely important to sit down and reflect on everything up until the point of sitting down and actually physically starting to create your vision board. It's so important to understand where we have come from, why we have come from those things, what we have overcome, what we're proud of, everything that we've done, what we learned, what we would do differently, what would we tell ourselves if we could look back on our past us? What would you tell that person a year ago? Now that you are more equipped and more prepared and have seen more and learned more and overcome more. So the most important thing is to reflect on your past wins, reflect on your past learnings, reflect on maybe even stuff that you're not proud of. And what can you do differently? How can you grow from that? How can you change the course? How can you change the cycle? The most important and most crucial part about creating a vision board is to reflect where you've been and where you're heading. The second thing to consider when creating your vision board is why. You need to figure out your why. Why am I creating this vision board in the first place? Why do I want to be debt-free? Why do I want to be free of my finances? Why do I want to travel the world? You can't just, oh, well, I want to travel. Well, why do you want to travel? I want to be out of debt. I want to be debt-free. Well, why do you want to be debt-free? Why is that important to you? I want to be healthy. Well, why is health so important to you? You have to find your why and why you're even implementing and putting these things out there on your vision board that you see every single day. What motivates you to want to do those things? Intentions need to be clear when creating a vision board. You have to allow them to be obtainable. You have to allow your why to really speak through your vision board. That is the most important thing about your vision board, is to really understand why the person that's creating them even wants to see them surpass in their life. So figure out your why. If you don't have a clear intention onto why you want those things, the less likelihood of being able to pull through in those dark times is going to be 100% harder. So we have reflected on our past wins and learnings. We have established what our why is, why we do what we do, why we're motivated to do what we want to do, why we're creating the vision board in the first place. And then now we get to number 3. This one's fun, the bucket list part. So when you think about a bucket list, I know for me, I think about this big old list that you have, that all these different things that you want to do in your lifetime, and kind of out of the norm, once in a lifetime experiences, or maybe places that you want to travel, things that you want to see, which is great, but you need to narrow down your bucket list to where you can understand, yes, you want to travel, but where do you want to go? Be hyper specific about what you're wanting to do, how you're wanting to do it, and the things that you're wanting to accomplish. So if you want to travel the world, where exactly do you want to go? If you want to score that job, what job is it? When I think about bucket list, I think about obtaining the impossible. Maybe a list of places that you want to see, food that you want to eat, people that you want to meet. Those are all great to have an idea of the things that you want to be able to do. Or when you do something exciting, you're able to say, well, I crossed that off my bucket list. It's satisfying. It's amazing to be able to say that you've been able to experience something that not other people get to do. But in that same breath, when you're creating a bucket list, you need to be hyper specific about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. You need to make sure that when you're creating your vision board, that you have an idea and a clear indication on the things that you're wanting to showcase on your vision board. Number 4 is a little bit kind of similar to your bucket list, but number 4 is your word. What is your word for this next year? Whenever somebody speaks it over you, it has power behind it, and it really motivates you to want to continue to be that person in 2020. Big words: freedom, accountability, loyal, respectful, unstoppable, intentional. Those are all big, powerful words. So what is your word for 2020? Why is it important to you? And how are you going to really put those in big, bold letters in your every single day life? That word has to be huge on your vision board. It needs to be eye-catching to where you see it every single morning and it reminds you, that's right, today I'm waking up and I need to be intentional about my life. And then last but not least, the fun part. Number 5, you need to set a date and a time when you're going to create your vision board. Maybe people that you want to do it with. You don't have to do it with somebody, but just in case you want to. For example, I did that with my friends. I invited my girlfriends over on one morning. That worked well with all of our schedules, and we had breakfast together, and everybody kind of brought something, and we had mimosas and parfaits and pancakes, and we just had a fun morning where we were just able to kind of catch up and laugh and kind of share with each other why we were putting the things that we were putting into our vision board and how important they were. We actually talked about these steps in creating a vision board and why these steps were so crucial before even creating one. So it was really cool to kind of do life with one another and see all the different stages that everybody is in their life. I would really encourage you that maybe get together with somebody and create a vision board with another person when you're not doing it by yourself. You can do it by yourself. There's a lot of people that like their personal space and they like to get in the zone and do it themselves, and that's amazing, and you could do it that way. I'm just telling you what I did. But this step is really all about commitment. Now you've decided, you've put all these things together, you've figured out, you've reflected on all of your winnings, you've reflected on all your learnings, you figured out your why, you created your bucket list, you established what your word is going to be for 2020, and now it comes down to commitment. Are you going to be intentional about this? Are you going to follow through? Or are you going to put it off? This is the crucial step about commitment. This is the crucial step about being intentional and following through and actually creating your vision board. You need to set aside time for this. You don't want to be stressed and rushed and last minute, or you need to set time and be intentional and really make this a number one priority whenever you want to create your vision board. Make sure that you're not rushed. Make sure you're not distracted. make sure you're taking time for yourself and you're creating this. It's your job to commit to your visions. It is your job to wake up every single morning and be able to look at that word and be ready to take it on that day, no matter what is thrown at you. Your vision is all about you committing to it. So with all that being said, I'm going to kind of help you guys out to show you my vision board and what I came up with. I have it right here in my room, so I see it every single day. The thing about creating a vision board is you can really do it on anything, but if you're a person like me, it needs to look good. I need to be able to hang something on my wall and not think that it looks cluttered and not think that it looks cheesy. You need something that is eye appealing to you, something attractive, something that catches your eye, something that is your style. If you want one that's going to be eye-catching to you, that you're actually going to enjoy looking at for an entire year, I would consider that you guys would go and maybe get a frame from like Hobby Lobby or Walmart, or I mean, you can order them on Amazon, whatever that looks like. This one's just like a simple, just wooden frame, and you can pop out the back. You need to put your vision board on this and then kind of pop it into the back of the frame, or you can take maybe the little paper that's in between that usually has like a picture of a family on it or something like that. You could just glue it all over their face. I don't know, just something like that. Or you can get like the adhesive rollout paper and just put it on there and, you know, stick all your photos on it. Or you can get poster board and cut it out to the size of your frame and then stick it in there. To save on supplies and not have to buy a bunch of stuff, I would maybe just get the frame and then put your vision board on the sheet that comes in here, or the cardboard on the back of the frame. Is to make sure you have scissors, make sure you have glue if you're not going to be using like an adhesive roll paper. Make sure you have your frame, whatever you decide to do, whatever size you decide to do, and you'll need all your photos that you're going to do. I would print, depending on how many photos you're going to do, maybe print out a few that are of different sizes so you can kind of play around with them. Unless you have a printer at home, you could just kind of print and do it as you go. You can go on Canva. Canva is a free app, and you can, you know, create wording and maybe print it out that way. So anyways, I'll kind of share with you guys just a little bit about my vision board so you can kind of get a better idea of what it looks like. These are my 2 words for 2020. They kind of mean the same thing, you know. If you're going to be intentional, you're going to be unstoppable. So same thing. Don't let the butt distract you. It's just, I mean, every girl wants a nice butt, okay? I have like a stack of books down here because I recently went back to school. I just really want to make sure that I'm continuing to always be learning in my life. Over here I have like graduation caps, and like my motivation is really being able to accomplish that in my near future, being able to finish my school. So that one's really speaks volumes to me. So I have kind of like schooling, education, learning, my academics, making sure that they're staying important in my life. I have a picture of me and my husband over here from our wedding day, and the big bold letters that say pray, for us to just make sure that we're continuing to rely on God in our relationship, for us to kind of grow closer to one another. Pictures like me holding on to my husband. So for me, that really symbolizes me being able to lean on him more in my life. The next one, like intentional, is like my big word for the year, but I also put it next to a photo of like all of my friends that were in my wedding. So to me, that is a reminder to, when I wake up in the morning and I see that, to be more intentional about my friendships, maybe reach out to somebody that I haven't talked to in a little while, make sure that I'm making time for my friends, make sure that I'm investing into my friendships. Some of these are very personal, so I'll kind of keep them a little bit to myself. But yeah, this is kind of like your goal whenever you're creating a vision board. Not everybody's going to look at it and really understand the story behind it. You're the storyteller, and this is your story. This is what you're going, you know, come to pass in your year to come. All these different setbacks that I feel like I have in my life, it really is all focused around being free, working on my relationship with God, growing closer to God and who He is in my life, being able to be more intentional about my relationships, and in return, being unstoppable because I'm following through and I'm being intentional about my life. This is kind of what my vision board looks like. It is appealing. It's up in my room. I see it every single day, and it reminds me, I mean, even just how beautiful it looks, it reminds me that life doesn't always have to be chaotic. Life doesn't always have to not make sense. Life can be a really beautiful journey if you let it and you allow it and you step up to be a part of it. So I really hope that I have motivated you guys to even think about possibly doing a vision board. I know it was a really fun experience for me, and I think it's a cool way to keep yourself accountable. The sun is going down, I am losing my light, so I'm going to stop rambling and I'm gonna end this video because it's almost nighttime. If you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel down below. Please watch my other videos if you didn't get a chance to kind of understand why I'm doing this, who I am. Please give this video a thumbs up and share my videos, subscribe to my channel, all the things. Anything that you found insightful, maybe, what are you doing your vision board on? What's your word for this year? Leave them in the comments below. I would love to read them. I'd love to get to know you guys, love to get to know your story and be able to interact with you guys. You can follow me on my social medias, write me a message on there. I upload videos every single Friday morning, so be prepared. I'm here every Friday. So until the next video, I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.